All right, welcome back. It's week 11 of the Wildly Painful podcast. My name is Jay.
My name's Nicole.
And yeah, we missed a week, but just had some stuff going on, and now, yeah, we're back to continue. Yeah, is there anything on your mind at all?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that lady. We can talk about that lady's manifestation videos. Do you like those manifestation videos?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like the girl who thought that the only thing on the menu is fries. So she ordered fries, but she saw a bunch of people eating different stuff. And then she ordered it and then got fries. And then later she ordered it and got pasta, but it turned into fries. And
Oh, right. Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Have you been trying to manifest anything lately?
No, my problem with manifestation is choosing what I want, because I kind of feel like I have to kind of focus on an end result, and it varies so often. Like, what end result do I really want here? It's like with my job, it's like, okay, well, I could maybe I just want a different workload, but then wait a minute, when it comes to my job, do I even want to be a tech writer at all? If I could choose anything, well, should I go big? That's the thing. It's like, well, I don't want to just do little steps to get to the big thing that I want. Why can't I just, but also I think that it's important to choose things that are within your realm of belief of what you're worthy of, or just to make it more successful, stuff that's more believable to obtain, I guess, is the
right
crux,
right
or,
right
yeah,
and do it kind of iteratively,
yeah,
instead of take a giant almost
Right.
unbelievable step.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is, I believe in the giant unbelievable I believe that I could achieve that, whatever step that is, but I don't really, I think.
Okay.
It's like, in
Ooh.
my mind, I intellectually understand that anything is possible, and stuff, my wildest dreams are being experienced by somebody on this earth, and so it's therefore possible, and why couldn't it be me, type thing. So, but at the same time, am I going to have that unwavering faith on a day-to-day basis in order to program my subconscious mind and make it happen,
Mm-hmm.
With that said, and I might be
I'm
jumbling
enjoying
around
this.
here. With that said, oh shit, my mind's
Unwavering
so blank.
faith from day to day. I don't know, but then
Yes, with that said, the way that I have found that I've manifested is when I usually just have a very simple thought and then I let it go. It's almost guaranteed to happen. Whenever I try to focus on something and employ visualization techniques and affirmations, it's almost like it works against me. It's like a form of resistance, because I feel like I'm not, almost like I'm telling myself, well, I'm not ready yet. I have to do all of these techniques, And then at some point, then at some point it will happen. It'll just click or whatever. And so it kind of is like the carrot on the stick type thing or whatever. But yeah, it's fascinating to me that how the most lighthearted thoughts that I could say and then just release with a minor intention are the ones that happen.
Yeah. Beautiful. Do you have any recent examples?
Okay, so when I got my job at Google, and before I started, right, I did the whole spiel of negotiating salary or whatever. And then I was like, when all was said and done, I signed the letter and everything, and I was gonna start the following week. I hadn't even started yet. And I just thought to myself, God, I wish I would have negotiated more, And then I'm I'm just lightly, it's just thoughts passing, I'm not worried about it. But I'm I'm thinking, well, I've got to wait a year for my review just to get a raise and whatever and blah blah blah. And I thought, well, no, if I can create anything, then I just I will. I want a raise before a year is up. Like, wait, whatever. And then I just let it go. Like, I wasn't really stressing over it. I mean, at the end of the day, I was fairly satisfied. I mean, I accepted the job offer. I was just kind of had a minor regret that I didn't push a little more. And then, like, the next day, the recruiter reaches out to me and says, "Oh, good news! The committee, the compensation committee, has done a market value review, and your pay's going up." Has that ever happened? You get a raise before you even start the fucking job,
Dude,
right?
that's exciting.
So I was like, I almost was like rolling my eye, not rolling my eyes, but I was like, oh shit, like it was just kind of like an interesting moment because I was like, it almost like made sense. I was like, well, I wasn't like surprised by it, but I was almost like it just seemed to make sense that it happened that way.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
That's amazing.
But that's probably, but that's my most recent one.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it was an idle thought, but it was something you definitely knew that you wanted.
Yes, it was what I wanted, and it was an idle thought. And the thing is I set the intention without stressing over it. I didn't feel like I absolutely needed it. I felt okay within the moment, and I think these are conditions that are needed.
Okay, so you didn't go, oh, why didn't I
didn't go, oh my god,
that?
yeah, and then well, how am I gonna get a raise before the year is up? I didn't have to try to. I just said, I want to start. I don't want to have to wait a year to have more money, or like to have increase my salary.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I wasn't stressed over it, and I didn't feel like I was in lack. Also, so you know what I mean? Like I wasn't feeling like.
It wasn't feeling like you needed that to feel okay.
Right. And I think this is where most people get kind of tripped up. Well, there's many ways people get tripped up, but they want something and they want it so bad. And then really all they're doing by trying to employ all of these techniques and all the effort putting into it, you're really signaling to the universe or whatever. You're just saying, I'm a person who is in need, and what you're gonna get back is more being in need.
Yeah.
It's just gonna give you more stuff to like build on what you already are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. It's the perfect example. I'm going to keep it in mind because you already had the Google job and you were already pretty satisfied.
Yes, I was.
There was no
enough.
threat
Yes.
of like running out of savings or whatever.
Right.
And so then, yeah, that'd be nice. Oh shoot, I should have done more. Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a raise. I want to get those.
And I said, and that's exactly what I did. I said, well, I believe anything can happen. I set the intention that it would happen before the year's up. I just said, however it's going to happen, so there was an intentional ask for it. But also, as soon as I did that, I just then kept scrolling on my phone. It was seamless the way I just transitioned out of feeling like I wanted something and then feeling like it was like I knew it was going to happen, or I just trusted it so much that I didn't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, that's so savage.
Yeah. And so all the techniques, really all they are just ways of trying to program yourself to where you feel, where your subconscious believes that it's going to happen anyway. So, and then it allows you to release your grip on needing it.
Yeah.
You can just allow it to happen because there's a belief there that it has happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do have some trust in it. You've done it enough in these short little abbreviated ways that you have some trust in it.
Right.
And just knowing, you just know.
Yes.
And so that's the feeling that I would want to cultivate, is this knowing.
Right.
But also this peace and chillness of I already have this, so I'm just asking for it. Like,
yeah,
the way that it wasn't going to stress you out to think about
right,
that. Yeah.
Right. And I was going to give it as much time as it needed. I was like thinking, well, whenever it happens, I'm thinking like 6 months from now or something, whatever.
Yeah, sure,
like, and
sure.
still it could happen. But like, so yeah, I think the less requirements you put on the how and the when, even though some people do say that, you can put a time frame on stuff and still manifest within a time frame, but I generally don't like to think like that. I just be as less limiting as possible.
Yeah, good. That's a great example.
Yeah.
I have an example from today.
Yeah, what is it?
It's not quite that.
No, but please.
I texted you because I think you generally prefer for me to come at like 6:30, so you have some downtime after work, right?
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I messaged you and said, "Is 5:30 okay?"
Yeah.
And then you said that's fine.
Yeah.
I saw there was all this traffic. I expected to be there at 5:30, but by the time I had gotten off I-5, it looked like I was going to get there at 5:20. I was like, ugh, well, I'll probably just I don't want to go even earlier because now I'm imposing on, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I thought maybe I'd wait in my car parked here or something before I came knock or whatever. And then at the light for Highway 99, we just didn't move and didn't move and didn't move and didn't move and didn't move, and sure enough, I arrived at 5:30. And I kind of felt like I maybe made that happen.
Well, yeah, because you had a desire, which was to avoid, or whatever. But it also, there wasn't a lot of stress on it. It was just it was like you had a solution in place already if you managed to get here early.
Mm-hmm.
So you were kind of allowing it to work in your favor regardless. You didn't have to endure the wait, even though I'm sure it would have been fine. But, it's like there's an easiness to it. You weren't stressed, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now I just gotta direct it more in the energy but that's okay.
Well, and that's the
That's
thing.
good. At least I have proof of one working.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is it can be super instantaneous to go from nothing to a big thing. That is totally within the realm of possibility. But for most people, the small things that add up they are useful for building the faith in the process, and that's really what it ultimately comes down to, is having faith in the process.
That's it.
That's literally
and
what everything hinges on.
Yeah. Having faith in the process, but then also understanding how you work and how it feels when you do it, because like we've talked about, it seems that the people have certain techniques. Maybe some are verbal, maybe some are visualization, maybe this or that. Figuring out how you work best and the mechanics of you on a smaller scale.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, that too.
So
Yeah.
it's these, but I know exactly what you mean. And when you were describing how you get lost in not knowing what you want and how it seems to change from day to day.
Yeah.
That is so relatable. So maybe we just take one day at a time and go from there for now.
Yeah, I know.
Because what if you did think of a pie in the sky thing, but then what if it wasn't actually what you want? We know that I wanted something recently that actually didn't work out, and actually it was for my benefit.
Right.
So how do we really know what we want until we get...
Well, so the thing is, and I think we touched on this maybe the last time, was that instead of focusing on a specific thing or experience or person, but focusing instead on your self-concept.
Yeah.
And it kind of resolves that. So,
yeah, sure.
So in the situation that you're referring to, that either could have turned out to work out, or you would have realized much sooner that it wouldn't work out or was not what you wanted, and had a much cleaner, break from that desire.
Yeah.
So there's I mean, there's a multitude of ways that things could turn out. You know what I mean? And I'm just what I'm saying is and I guess I'm not trying to say like, oh, this has to do with how you view yourself or whatever, you know, but because we all, I mean, we've had ways that we've grown up and what we expect for ourselves and how we think that we should show up in certain situations and whatever. But a lot of that it can get very tangly and it's not easy to navigate, and that's a very human thing. There's nothing wrong with anybody who might figure or have their experience turn out however it turns out, you know.
Yeah.
The desire.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this makes sense. This totally makes sense to me. What you're saying makes sense to me.
Okay.
Because you're talking about focusing on self-concept, and then naturally the things that might make you happy will make their way into your life anyway.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
I guess my point is that I could declare that I want to be a motivational speaker or something. But I don't know what that feels like. I don't know that I will like it. So I could focus all my energy on manifesting it, but until I were to maybe like arrive in the scenarios, and this might be fear or limitation, but what I'm trying to say is, for the bit you were talking earlier about how the little ones are working, but then the big pie in the sky ones, we're not necessarily looking at those yet or whatever. But anyway, like, those are hard in the sense that I don't know what we want because it's far away from where I am now, and it's different from what I am now and what.
So how do you embody that feeling and try to emit those, like, try to attract it from...
Right, what if I manifest something that I don't actually like?
Well, this is the thing.
Okay.
So if we'll take that example, if you, like you say, you are thinking of being a motivational speaker, but you don't know if you'll like it, you ask yourself, what has me drawn to that idea?
Okay.
What draws me to that? Like, what feeling are you looking for by becoming a motivational speaker? Is that you want to feel purposeful? You want to change lives? You want to make a difference?
Okay.
So you can take away the aspect of motivational speaker and really just try to think of yourself, your self-concept, as somebody who changes lives. And then
we've skipped the circumstance entirely.
Yeah, and exactly. Because really, that's really what it comes down to is a lot of times it's not the specific thing that you want, but it's the feeling and an experience of yourself having that feeling that you're after. You know, it's like a lot of people think they want to win the lottery. Mm-hmm. And the reality is what they want is freedom and security. Yeah. And it's like 95% of lottery winners regret winning the lottery. It's not...
Really?
Yes.
That's a high
ruins their life.
That's a high number.
Yes, because everybody then sees them as somebody who has a lot of money and owes them something. Everybody in their life, their relationships with everybody changes. But also then sometimes they don't know how to manage their money. Some of them, get addicted to drugs, or their family members get addicted to drugs because of it. Like, there's a lot of downfalls to that type of windfall. Yeah. And but people aren't seeing that because they're not realizing that experience is not really what they want. What they want is to not be stressed over money. They want to have that security. Yeah. So it's like so it's really about trying to get behind the feeling or behind the experience that you're looking for, and what is the feeling that you're really after. Yeah. You want to feel secure, you want to feel like you're making a difference. And so just like you use that affirmation that, oh, I am a secure person, you could say, I am a person who makes a difference in the world. And you can say that every day, and that would bring about the same effect of maybe you might end up becoming a motivational speaker, and it might give you that feeling, and therefore it would be a worthy thing for you to do. Yeah. Because it's providing that feeling for you.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah. So then when we get lost in not knowing what we want, as the circumstance, we don't have to focus on the circumstance.
Right.
We can just focus on what feelings we're drawn to over and over again when we choose different circumstances. What are the commonalities, and why would we be longing for those feelings? And then and then go for the beliefs or whatever.
Yeah, and then just employ some affirmation or tell yourself some stuff that can generate those feelings within you. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to even know what it feels like, and it's what you think it will feel like. Why else would you want it if you didn't have an idea of what it would feel like?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I think it ultimately works. Anyway.
Nice. Yeah. That's beautiful. That clears up the. It definitely gets rid of the how emphasis, and it definitely gets rid of the what emphasis. And it's more like so then beliefs and self-concept and managing our own feelings and energy, it just becomes more about awareness of yourself,
right,
than anything in the outside. We're just in here to meditate and meditate or just become more and more aware of ourselves and more true to ourselves or something. It has nothing to do with the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's what it is it's like a process of shedding, of shedding what our beliefs of what we think the world is, and what we the shit that we get hung up on, just shed it. Like, I feel like a lot of it has to do with releasing more than it is, and I think I had touched on this before, it's more about releasing than it is about trying to generate feelings of something or generate an idea of something. Because I think that when we can let go of all the stuff that like erroneous beliefs that we've believed in, then our perfect selves is naturally there. And if we can tap into that, then it's like that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And it's already there. We don't have to generate this person who is successful or competent or whatever. That person is naturally there if we can release the beliefs that we have about ourselves that are holding us back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like you were saying as a child, I think that you were saying that you were kind of bossy or something.
Yeah.
So there's like leadership skills there.
Yeah.
So it's like it's there, and it's been like things have been caked on that have painted you in a different light in your own mind.
Yeah.
So it's about releasing that, and so it can be a bit of a process, because obviously our thoughts and our beliefs about ourselves can be like second nature, and they feel very real, as we know. So
yeah, that's fucking good. Yeah, there's this interesting concept I'm wanting to talk about that the videos that other lady.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
She did. Okay. So, she described, among other things, in one video, she was having trouble getting out of bed, and the universe is like, "Oh, okay, I can't get out of bed. There you go." Like the universe was like delivering that to her. And then it's like, well, I don't know and understand why I'm so stressed, I'm feeling inadequate, blah blah blah. And the universe is like, well, yeah, I guess you set some pretty high goals for yourself recently, like you set high career goals, you set this and set that. So now you're purging. So all of these things, these beliefs that you're having, are coming up. Yeah. And they're just wanting to be like witnessed,
right? But
not like, I don't know, attached to or believed in.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the concept of, ever since that video, that particular one, and now because I'm forgetting specifics, like I'm wishing that I showed it to you or whatever, but this concept of purging. So let's say we do set one of the lofty goals that we were talking about earlier. Not just like a little pie in the sky one, but one huge one that we're like walking toward or whatever. Yeah. The premise of this video more or less seemed to indicate that's making a big change, not only in, I don't know, circumstances, but the person who shows up like this and the person who shows up like this are going to feel different. And we're going to be needing to barf out, shed out, meditate out, whatever the hell out, all, I don't know, old beliefs and stuck crap, so that we can be, I don't know, like a more buoyant, light version of ourselves, so that we can occupy that space. So by the process of walking toward that, purging would naturally happen. So is that something that you connect with when I say that? Do you know what I mean by that, and does that resonate?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So basically, you're saying having goals that are really high can bring up the purging of ourselves that was not reaching for those goals.
Maybe. Or thought we couldn't do them.
Or thought we couldn't do them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we're faced with doubts type thing, or
yeah, maybe like on our way to the goal, stuff is going to come up that would maybe get in our way, that we might have been holding in our body that might have been preventing us from going there. And if we're not careful and really aware, we might get tangled in it and stop going toward that thing.
I think that's very for me I think that's very common, because it's like, well, I think the things that have kept us from going up there are things that we generally have to do with our beliefs about ourselves. And so if I'm going to try to overstep those beliefs, they're gonna kind of fight back, because they have been responsible for my identity for so long. And so what am I without them? It's almost like they are my comfort.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm familiar with them and I know them and I've lived with them for so long.
Yeah.
And to then just shed that and shoot for something great is scary, because it's the unknown, and I don't know if I'm capable, because I've believed in a smaller version of myself for so long, and to ditch that, it feels very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I have to be able to learn to see myself in a new light.
Yeah.
At a higher level. And it's like, well, I've never done that before, and can I, and is that me, or am I just trying to trick myself into thinking that greatness belongs to me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it resonates with me a lot, and I just was smiling so big when you said they fight back, because we've talked about this before, because it's like they take on a life of their own and like fight for your consciousnesses.
Yeah, because that's what's kept them alive, is my believing in them. And they're like
our children.
They don't want to be discarded. That's like, what else are these beliefs gonna do? They need life somehow. I'm the one who's been giving them life. So I mean, that's kind of the analogy I've always viewed it as. It's like it's their last grasp before, they drown, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have been having a sensation. You know that I'm struggling right now with some pain in like my back and my neck right now. And sometimes it can interfere with like playing piano or climbing or whatever. But and some days are worse than others, and I'm working on it, and it'll get resolved. But you know, the time when it hurts the most is when I'm meditating. Because I think I'm doing some. I think this is my way of one of my ways of purging. Is through severe pain when meditating. I think
Sure, yeah.
because I meditated in the morning. I don't know. I don't recall it being too terrible. But then I went up to my yoga class and I did yoga and I was lying on the mat in Shavasana, the like final resting posture. This is a resting posture on your back. But the instant I started meditating, my whole neck and back just became like just searing pain. And it wasn't there before, and I went and did PT and it sort of like abated or whatever. But like when I go home and I meditate, it's gonna come back with a freaking vengeance. And I've seen this before in different ways with Vipassana, but like it's making a just like a really violent recoil now.
Yeah.
So because I guess that they can be experienced as pain when we're getting rid of old crap that we're talking about, old beliefs or old emotions or old whatever. Sometimes I think they can come up as the sensation of fucking physical pain that you have to just like endure equanimous, like neutrally. You have to like experience, and then that's the same thing as paying the bill or sitting with your feelings or letting it go, letting it pass. That's like one way in which it can come out of your system. I'm not speaking from science. I'm speaking from only my experience and intuition, but I'm checking with you or wanting to hear like what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because I think, okay, it's wanting to be known and not ignored. And the way that happens is through the body, right? And then the way to let it go is to not give it that energy. Or like, to neutralize it. Because, our thoughts are like life-giving force. It's like they're like life forces.
Mm-hmm.
And to mull over something that's even making you upset can make you physically ill. There's like a direct connection there. So it's like for a physical thing to come up and then to just treat it with neutrality is to kind of tell it, I'm no longer going to feed you. I'm no longer giving you life. Mm-hmm. And it therefore has to it has to dissipate somehow. I mean, it can't live without its life.
Yeah.
Or life-giving.
Yeah.
Force.
Yeah.
So I think that makes total sense. And I think that in my mind, over time, if, the Vipassana will help it, over time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So at the end of your 2 hours, does it stay painful for the entirety of your meditation?
Yeah, I mean, some of these have been, like last night's was like searing pain, trying not to panic the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is madness.
Well, do you ever just say to it, okay, I'm going to let the pain be, and I'm going to feel it entirely, and I'm going to panic?
Absolutely. Well, no, that's what we're doing.
Oh, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole faculty that you're building with Vipassana.
Oh, right.
Is somehow I'm not saying that I do this perfectly,
Sure.
but I'm saying that all of the Vipassana that I have done, I've been trying to build the faculty.
Right. No, of course. Well, of course. But you just may have a pinched nerve. I mean, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I know. That's why I'm running it by you, because it's easy to fucking spiritualize everything and stuff. So
the thing with me is, like, I truly believe that every physical ailment has a spiritual backing behind it, or a spiritual cause. I truly do believe that on some level. With that said, I don't always believe that the resolution to that physical ailment is always through spirituality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that,
Call a fucking doctor.
well, here's the thing, because a pinched nerve can, like, you could be going through a spiritual crisis, which affects your posture and affects the way you hold yourself up all day, and that could cause a pinched nerve. You know, it doesn't have to be a very esoteric reason that you have a physical ailment.
Right.
And then you know, even if you resolve whatever it was that had you feeling that way, you know, you now have something that was really agitated that's now still there, and so there might be, you know, there's going to be other ways to fix it. You know, I don't. That's just that. Those are just my personal.
Yeah, I
thoughts.
know. That's why I'm bringing it up. It's like I feel like I'm doing some purging and skill building, but then I also feel like I need medical intervention.
Yeah, and I think both is like a perfect combination of treatment for you know,
like use the pain as an opportunity to sharpen my faculties.
Yes.
But fucking go to a doctor.
Right. Don't endure the pain for the sake of honing your faculties. You know, like like.
You're reminding me of this story.
What story?
Reese's like the
Oh, yeah.
the person in the class, like
class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really funny.
You can, if you want to tell that story again.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Well, the story is that I was taking an online class, and we were learning how to channel and do energy healings. And during the course of one of the classes, one of the guys, you know, was saying, "Listen, I'm having pain in my back, and you know, I want to know he's wanting to know the spiritual cause of it and how to fix it." And so, you know, everybody's going around and saying that they're thinking of all of these spiritual reasons, that it was like a you know, some type of energetic cord, or maybe even a karmic thing from a past life or something. And you know, while we're doing this, he's like saying, "Listen, I'm in a lot of pain. Like, I'm laying on the ground right now." And we're still trying to sit here and energetically read his pain to see what the cause of it is. Well, he ultimately goes to the ER, and he had a slipped disc. So, which was not anything any of us really picked up on, like what could have been causing his pain. You know, we're all, you know, whatever. And it's like, at that point, you know, you've got to know like, if your body is telling you something to the degree where you are in searing pain, I mean, seek comfort any which way you can, you know, and try to find the spiritual reason behind it later, you know, like there's no, I don't think it's very spiritual to ignore your body for the sake of spirituality.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because our physicality is what is allowing us to be here and have this hybrid human/spiritual experience, you know? And ultimately, I think this is really just a spiritual experience, whether we're seeing it that is not that or not, you know? But this is like the vessel in which we're able to have this type of spiritual experience.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
so you got to make do with what is available.
Right.
I don't think there's any... I think that suffering can have can provide a lot of meaning and depth and growth in our lives, but I don't think that suffering is meant to be endured for the sake of having that growth.
Yeah.
And that understanding.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, it's like... It's just... It's interesting because it can be such a fine line in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the story.
Yeah, I love that. I made you tell it because it was so relevant to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's like... there's times to sit with it and learn from it and grow, and there's times when negativity can manifest as physical pain, and there's faculties to build around tolerating pain, and then there's like the fact that we're fragile human, and we have modern medicine,
Right.
and real ailments exist, and medical intervention is necessary sometimes.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
so here we are in a fine balance.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just interesting how in spiritual circles or practices how the pendulum can really swing to that one way. Like it's-
Torturing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just in the name of wanting to be spiritual. And I just don't think, even though suffering can have a very spiritual side effect, I don't think it is in and of itself needed for spiritual growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. But it just fascinates me that meditation itself would make it hurt 50 times thousands more than when I'm not meditating, and that's what gives me the idea that I'm purging negativity through it. Not that I don't need a medical intervention, but if I I'll do an experiment tonight where I'll lay down and I won't meditate for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'll just chill, maybe on my phone, or
Yeah.
I'll just look up at the ceiling or practice gratitude or whatever the fuck, something that's not meditating. And then I'll start the timer of meditation so that I can make sure that it's not the posture itself
Yeah.
of lying on my back that's doing it.
Right.
And if I immediately feel the pain, then I don't know what we can conclude, but that some, except that maybe that physical pain is a maybe vehicle through which I'm experiencing some crap. Maybe I right or maybe
Yeah.
not even that, but that would be my next.
Yeah, I think that's a valid conclusion. My other idea of what it could be is that you now, with meditation, you now no longer have your thoughts distracting you from your body, and so being with your body, it's kind of allowing you to see or experience the pain more in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
'Cause
It's just no longer avoidance.
Yeah.
Let's say 22 hours a day I avoid pain, but then for 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, I'm not able to think and focus on outside things or make plans or whatever, and then I'm really with it. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Well, because I know that, like, sometimes, like, I've noticed, like, I'll get a headache. A headache will start coming on. And when I'm not distracted, the headache is really, whatever. But sometimes, if I don't, have, like, Tylenol to take or something, I'll just scroll on my phone, or I'll do something, or I'll read, or something that takes my mind off of it, and it kind of, it takes the energy off of the pain a little bit. But with that said, I don't know, I mean, that's just from my experience with, like, headaches that are not searing pain as well. So it's like, they're just,
I kind of know what you're saying, though.
yeah.
You're saying that pain can be fed with our attention. So
I'm more so saying that pain can be lessened by not paying attention to it.
Yeah.
So,
So then when I'm meditating,
it's almost like you're
an
removing,
immersion into...
yeah, you're kind of removing your mind from the other stuff in the world, and you're putting it in your body, and your bodies might be saying, listen, pay attention to me, and now it's like, oh, she's paying attention, let me, speak up.
Yeah, that could very well be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just enough. But I think your conclusion is also, it's probably more likely, probably.
No, I don't
I mean,
know.
I guess we don't know.
No, we don't
but
know.
We're just speculating.
Yeah. My conclusion would only be based on just experience in other retreats.
Yeah.
Most of my pain, like I've had experiences where I could be, it was usually hips, right? Because we're sitting cross-legged, and that's where
Oh, right.
But I could have experiences where I'm in pain and a lot of pain is happening around the hips, and then I can meditate, and then that pain can completely go away. And you would think that if you're in a posture and the pain is coming from that posture or some part of your body physically, then that would still be there if you're continuing to sit in that posture and maybe get worse. But I've had experiences where I could have deep, tremendous pain and then it could suddenly, unexpectedly go away. So I'm still trying to figure out metaphysically what's happening with pain.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty curious about it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't know. It just feels also like, and I can't, I'm speaking solely from intuition, not from fact. Or my own experience. Who the hell knows? But sometimes I feel like more energy is just coursing through the body when I am meditating. And I'm opening up areas and unsticking areas that were stuck or that they are going to hurt. But then I feel like channels flowing. Like, I'm trying. I feel as though whatever energy or life force flows through the body, ki or whatever they would call it in Qigong, or whatever the hell our energetic life force is, it feels like when I meditate more, I'm opening the body up more and stuck things come loose.
Sure.
I'm not feeling super confident.
No.
I'm not feeling super joyful with how that came out. But something about it is something's happening.
Yeah.
Something's happening. I don't know, dude.
No, I totally get it. I think it was said well. That makes total sense.
So I don't know. I don't know what's happening with meditation yet. I think I just need more experience with it to know. I think that's why you work on it your whole life or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I'm still where my mind wanders and I bring it back, and my mind wanders constantly and I bring it back.
Yeah.
This morning it was like that, where I was like daydream. Only in the last 1 minute I was like, oh, I can feel that I'm sad.
Oh, yeah.
Really, that's how good my mind is at not being with my experience, even now.
Right.
And that's why I don't. That's why I guess I keep training it. I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, even when I so I've never done Vipassana or whatever, but I feel like with meditation, it's one of those things where, and it's probably true for anybody, is like some days you got good days and some days they are bad,
right?
And I don't think the bad days speak to needing more work, but it's just kind of the nature of being human with the brains that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's super inconsistent, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that it's because I mean, every day we experience things differently. Like, we experience different things, and we have different emotions, different stuff to react to, different things to avoid, or like if something is coming up that's just about to break through, we might feel a little bit more resistance, or you know what I mean. There's endless reasons why it would be inconsistent.
Yeah, absolutely. Because so many variables of the mind and body are there at any given point.
Yeah.
That this belief that's heavy, this one that's light, they're intersecting and entangling, and this person is triggering this, so you're a little bit less this today and more this today, and work was this, so,
Right, yeah.
Oh, my sleep was this, so my awareness was this yesterday, but now it's this today. And now I'm more stuck in my unconscious patterns. Now I'm ruminating. Like, it's like so many factors in a human existence and who we are day to day.
Yeah, it's just like climbing. It's like, wow, I flashed that route on that day, and then I tried it again, and I didn't get it. It's just, who knows what it was. Your body was just in a different place, your mind maybe, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can be true for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Good. You?
Good.
What's the vibe? How many minutes?
50.
Oh, okay. What's the vibe? Call it?
Maybe.
Why do you usually call it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
Okay.
All right.
All
We're
right.
hungry, folks.
Thanks for watching.